Hello everyone and welcome to the Shotgun Bluecast. This is episode 1, so bear with us as we mess things up as we go. I am joined by...
Oh, you're joined by me,
Yes!
Shane, also known as Longshot. How you doing, boys and girls?
I'm
Lovely to see you all.
I'm Scotty, also known as Carnage. So basically, format, what we're going to do, well, what we're kind of going to try to do.
Hoping to do.
We might talk about just what we've been playing this month. Then we'll be talking about our channel and what I might be putting on it this month. And then we'll just delve into news of the entire month.
No pressure.
Which was a hell of a lot to go through. But we've whittled it down. Like, just right down. And then might talk about just what's coming out this month and if we have any interest in playing it. Saying that, have you seen what's coming out this month? In fact, we'll talk about it later. There's not much.
Yeah, there's not much.
There's
like one big title, I guess, but
it's pretty dry.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought there'd be more stuff. I thought you'd be here, the end of the console season. There's at home. Let's get.
I can understand. Like,
out, you know?
Some things have been delayed and stuff, obviously, but yeah, it's a bit of balls. Right. So, what have you been playing this month?
Well, I've just completed in the past week. I completed 2 games. So I completed Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is more of a sequel without. Hopefully that's not too much of a spoiler for people who haven't played it. And then the other one I've been playing is the Mafia 2 remake, which has been getting a lot of flack because of technical difficulties. But seeing as how, but I think there's maybe more on the PlayStation. Have you heard about this? Have you?
No.
So there's been like loads of people complaining about the frame rate drops have just been terrible and like screen tearing and. Like stupid stuff, like his coat doesn't move when he runs. Apparently, that was in like the old 360 version. But I think that maybe applies more to the PlayStation because I'm like high end and I've got a One X, so it seems to be running fairly smooth. Apart from like there's been times we were driving and obviously like massive screen tearing, which is it's just when you're trying to drive down a road and the screen starts tearing all over the place, trying to figure out where the fuck you're going. So it's just like But no, apart from that, it is fantastic. If you haven't played it, have you played Mafia 2? Have you?
Yeah, like back in the day. Yeah.
The story in it, man, is unbelievable.
The Mafia series, like, just was they were all good. So they were.
Yeah. I've never played the first one, and I got like mostly through the third one, but it kind of got a bit samey in terms of like the combat and stuff, and it just felt like the same mission.
Yeah.
Over and over again, if you know what I mean. But Mafia 2 is, it's one of the best like stories I've ever played, like in a game. There's a bit in it. Oh, we doesn't give too much away. Spoilers for anybody who hasn't played it. But the bit when you go to prison, do you remember that?
Yeah.
It's like Shawshank. It's like just playing Shawshank, but with less, rape, and because he fights off his rapist. He doesn't. The sisters don't get him. But yeah, it's really, really good. And then that's cool. It's so deep and dark, and the ending. The bit with the Chinese dudes, do you remember whenever they do the drug deal with the Chinese gang and then they spoilers obviously, but they end up attacking one of the guys in the gang, and how they do it is like, oh man, it's so brutal, even though it obviously looks a bit like, because it's old rubbery sort of animations. But yeah, it's really good. It's really good. The shooting is a bit, it does feel a bit dated now compared to modern, like it's not as smooth, especially if you play like Division. Like I play a bit of Division 2 and stuff, and like the shooting in that is, I know people complain about that game, but it does have a lot of like the shooting in it is really smooth. It is quite nice. And then Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is very good. Apart from there's a few things like the side quests, not so much as the beginning of the game, but later on in the game. There's a chapter 14, and the side quests in that are just. It's like I don't need to be running around the city trying to find kids.
But it is like, that's what I was going to say. Like, it's basically a simulator for finding kids or something.
Yeah. Final Fantasy VII, finding kids. Basically, put a completely different spin on it, you know.
Yeah.
As a man who's compared to the original, there wasn't as much kids fighting in the original. I'm glad they added it in there.
Well, they had to add something, and why not just finding kids?
you froze that fight, Scotty, but you're back. You're back with me. Yeah, it's very good. The combat is pretty spot on. Like, I know for an RPG, it's not like turn-based battles can be good, but they also can be in a long game. Sometimes I find them they can get a bit boring. But the combat, you're always interested in it. Like, you always want to get involved in it. The other thing I did notice was the save. Like, whenever you go to save, it seems to take a long time. Like, you're waiting for quite a bit for it to save, if that makes sense.
Right,
which can be a little bit annoying when you're like, it kind of ruins the flow because you're like, oh, fuck, I'll just quickly save here quickly. And then it's like, I'll just wait for...
Yeah, there's not many games, like nowadays, that take a while to save.
Yeah, it feels really antiquated.
Yeah. And then I was wondering so when you get to it, you really notice it.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe they've copied that from the PlayStation 1. They were like, "Here, we need to throw back for the fans those old long timey saves."
Have we got enough loading screens, guys? We need more loading screens.
They loved the loading screens back in the day. So, it was good. It's very good. I know a lot of people have kind of said about the ending and stuff as well, but I kind of like the ending. It kind of takes it in a new tangent that doesn't ruin the original game, if you know what I mean. Like, that's still there, but I do wish they did kind of like, I'd love them to do like an updated graphics version of that, but obviously that's never going to happen unless you get a PC patch or something. But those are the two big games I was playing this month, which were both recommended. I mean, I'd maybe wait for a patch for Mafia 2.
Yeah.
If you're playing on PlayStation, based on what I'm hearing. And like I say, there's been a screen tearing, but I'm not that precious about it, so it's fairly doable, you know. But two very good games. A surprise actually, because a lot of times you end up playing stuff and you're like, I have to get things through. Both those games I wanted to get to the end, like I wanted to see what was going to happen. It wasn't a case of I'm waiting,
dragging right through it.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, trying to force my way through, you know. But what about yourself, Scotty? What you been hashing out this past month or two?
There's not many games that have brand new games or anything that I've got to play this month. Like I've been going through like Xbox's Game Pass like constantly.
Oh man,
I've been dredging through that. Like, it is a gold mine. So.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it really is. Like for the next gen stuff, like Xbox are already a step ahead with the PlayStation, because like the fact that the PlayStation doesn't let you do, like, it does have backward compatible games, but you can't just you should just be able to download them, because their back catalog of library of stuff is like, it's extensive, you know, and they're not really doing that. I hope in the next generation, like PlayStation, do a bit more of that as well. But the Game Pass and the Xbox, like for the amount of money you're paying and the different variety of games and stuff, it's
the fact that just Game Pass in general, like Game Pass was worth it. I got it, when it sort of first materialized for Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves was the first thing because I wanted to play it. Now, Sea of Thieves got very monotonous fast back then, and since has got amazing. So it has, because there's so many updates to it. But like Sea of Thieves, to buy was a full price game, and Game Pass was cheap.
Yeah.
So let's just say, like, what was it like? Even if you played like that game for 3 months, which you would have anyway, it was still worth it. For Game Pass, and then say like this month on Game Pass, like I've gone through. Well, we did that video, on Power Rangers Battle for the Grid.
All right, check it out, guys and dolls.
Yeah, it should. Part 1 and Part 2.
Part 2. Oh,
yeah. See me get
put it
right. I'm dropping it. I did World War Z. Haven't completed it yet, but we're on the sort of last section of that.
Cool. Yeah, I've had a wee go. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's a good game. It's fun.
Yeah, it's a great game.
See, when you play it with 4 people, that you're actually talking to, like, the whole way through. It is just like 10 times better a game. For it.
Oh yeah.
I started playing DayZ, like Adamo and Bumperboot. Absolutely love it. I don't think it's for me. It's too slow.
Yeah.
It'd be different if I could actually find my friends on it, but I can't. Yeah. And every time that I do, like, I have I've discovered this tactic, so I have because I keep on meeting randomers like that have like assault rifles and backpacks and loads of food and everything. So I turn my mic off and I just start kneeling to them, going.
Trying to give out Daisy blowjobs. Do you have any water, mate?
And they just seem to take pity on me and they start giving me stuff. Because I'm doing that shit in the game.
Do you have to hold their pocket and walk around the yard as well?
Yeah. Just
Daisy.
And then,
Yeah, it's like Daisy's good, but it's a lot of like walking around. Like you just spend like whenever I first played it, it was just like walk around until you starve to death.
Yeah. Walk around until you starve to death, and then
it's like I could do that in real life.
The other thing is like you get into a fight and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm doing pretty well with that. I didn't lose life or anything, and then all of a sudden, like you're walking along again, and the screen's going black and white. And you're like, the fuck, what's going on here? You're getting dark or something, and you realize you're bleeding to death.
Yeah. Oh, the menu system in that game! Like if they smoothed out the UI, and I know they've I think they've kind of abandoned it now, but the menu system for doing stuff in that game is
horrible.
It's one of the worst I've ever played.
Yeah. Like I could not figure out at all how to light a fire in a bucket or put on clothes. like I know, like I think you're like this too. And although Daisy, like you put on clothes for a reason because your clothes get all fucked up and torn and shit. But I like my aesthetics in games.
Oh yeah, man, you all look good.
A checked shirt, I am putting that shit on. But instead the character's just running about holding it. Put it on.
Shouting at him didn't work. Yeah, that's annoying. Like you just spend most of your time in a peacoat if you want to stay alive, and it's like Daisy, the peacoat survival.
So like the other big one, like that was like a big blow was GTA 5. GTA 5 going off.
Oh yeah.
But
for Red Dead.
Yeah, I already had it beforehand, so it wasn't.
Same here, man. Same here, yeah.
And
the funny thing with Red Dead Online now is that you do get a lot of like new starts who whenever Red Dead first started, you basically just walked around and people were trying to lynch you or shoot you. So it's like all these new dudes, but now I've got guns and I'm like, I know what I'm doing. which is fantastic.
Now I do think like Red Dead's a great game. In fact, Red Dead 2 is one of sort of the best games of all time.
Oh yeah.
But I think I enjoy GTA Online better than Red Dead 2 Online, and I think it's for one reason, because I was trying to think like why is it that you like them? I think it's one reason. I don't give a shit what my horse looks like.
What?
I don't give a fuck. I know there's faster horses and everything they got there, but I sit and look like in GTA and go, oh, there's a fucking DeLorean. Well, a Deluxo, it's called. But I'm like, oh yeah, I really want that. Oh, there's the fucking James Bond car. There's the Batmobile. I want them. I know you mean. Going, oh look, there's a fucking polka dot horse.
A slightly bigger horse. Wow.
That one looks like it could really plow a field.
Like the problem with it as well is like trying to get a new horse is the most the grind in that game is just it's so boring. Like it's just it's not boring. Like I quite like it, but then I quite like just walking around. Even though it's parallel with DayZ, I do like quite just walk around doing nothing,
In Red Dead 2 and in GTA, like online as well, I love just dicking about.
Yeah.
There's nothing like well, we're still playing like GTA 5 now, and like me and Scuba, we're just in it, and we'll go for our daily spin at the wheel in the casino to see if we can win a vehicle. You don't do that. You come out, and then we're starting to set up a heist, so we're stealing cars for that and stuff. And then after that, it was like, what should we do now? And without even thinking, I'd already gone off on a murder spree. I was holding up the entire highway. And then like, that was 2 hours of my life gone. I just enjoy doing that. But like, yeah,
You enjoy murder sprees?
I do.
That's how I spend my time, you know. I
That's how I live. And that's why my neighborhood is so quiet.
I wonder if because like obviously GTA Online took a while to get there, so I'm kind
Yeah.
of hoping that Red Dead does the same. Like there's a lot of stuff you could do in Red Dead that it seems to be like they're either missing a trick or they're holding
Like
out.
the hunting and the fishing was, and everything was during like the normal game was one of my favorite
Yeah.
things to do. Like it was
Oh
fantastic.
yeah.
I really loved like hunting, the legendary, beasts or whatever the fuck they
Oh
were
yeah,
called.
yeah.
Yeah.
That horse, that big white horse that lives in the. I don't know if you ever tried to get that bad
Oh
boy.
yeah,
He was a pain in the ass.
fucking yeah, he was.
Yeah.
And then you had the bear and stuff like he was up the top right hand corner and
Oh,
stuff.
the first
Yeah,
bear you fight in Red Dead, whenever in the main story, and you walk in the house
yeah,
and he just jumps out at you. I was like, was that bear living there or like? Sorry, dude, I didn't realize. I thought the house was empty.
My porridge, you bastard!
Yeah. I'm looking for a blonde-haired girl, but yeah, have you seen her? Bed slept in my bed.
But yeah, no. Apart from the stuff in Game Pass, there. What else have we been playing? Well, I went back to Sid Meier's Pirates and how to go on that.
Oh yeah. Watch me about your stream. I looked like I didn't know much
I
about Sid Meier's
like
Pirates.
I really
Pretty
like
good.
it. It's one of those things it can eat away your entire day. So it can
Yeah.
like between just sailing about, and you start sort of getting okay, like well, the last time I played there I went with the Dutch, and you start going okay, like I'm gonna start really trying to spread the Dutch around so on the place, so you know what I mean.
That's not very hygienic. In this pandemic time, I don't know if you want to be spread that shit around,
but then you can attack like different cities and everything, and you can install like a Dutch governor like into them, and then
cool.
those ports will be more friendly to you and stuff, and you get your upgrades and stuff, and then
have you
you
played
can a lady who you can in it. You can sit and fight, but the whole point of it is you got to go and find your family and rescue them.
Oh right, so there's like a story. There's a main story to it, like
yeah. So the story
just,
is like you as a kid, basically your family were in debt to this guy, the Baron Montalban or something out there, and it's basically one shipment of stuff is coming and that's debt clear, so you're all having this party like at your house, and then all of a sudden your man comes in and then says, "Oh, your ships have been lost at sea," and then claims the debt and captures them all, your whole family, but you
bastard.
escape.
What a bastard!
So then you grow up, you become a pirate, you mutiny on a ship, and you've got a ship, and you start going after them. That's the entire story.
That sounds pretty epic. Actually, that doesn't sound. I thought it was just like Sid Meier's fuck around as a pirate, not you don't have to do anything too high end. Like, did you ever play Mount and Blade too, or like any Mount and Blade game?
No, don't like that. No.
Like Mount and Blade's very similar to that in terms of like you start off as just a dude, like a low level kind of scrub dude, and you have to kind of slowly work your way up to the point where you're like taking over castles and trying to become the king of the land. You know what I mean? But it's really good. If you like Sid Meier's, and maybe check out Mount and Blade too.
Yeah, maybe
yeah, it's pretty good. It's like in terms of like RPGs, it's very different. The combat can be a bit janky and a little bit kind of takes a little bit getting used to. But yeah, no, it sounds pretty cool. Sid Meier's is good. Then I'm thinking I might check that out.
Yeah, like I couldn't even tell you what price it is or anything now. I've just had it forever. Like I had the one on the original NES. Like I can remember playing that, and then when it came out on the original Xbox, I was like, "Holy shit! I haven't played that in so long." And then I downloaded it. I was like, "Oh man!" And the graphics for back then were like, this is totally boss. That's amazing." So the graphics are obviously out of date, like a bit now, but it doesn't look like god awful or anything.
No, it doesn't look that bad at all. Like I played some games, and you're looking at it like, this is a bit like there's a game called Outward. Don't know if you played Outward, have you? It's it's like a RPG sort of game, similar sort of story. Actually, you owe a bunch of money at the beginning, but the graphics in that aren't the best, but the mechanics of the game are quite good.
Yeah,
I think if a game's good mechanics, it lends a lot to it, and you don't necessarily need a good story. But I think if having a good story is obviously much better. What's better than revenge? I guess the old
yeah. Classic revenge story.
Classic textbook. Does Sid Meier's still make games? Because I remember when I was growing up, it seemed to be like Sid Meier's was pumping
Yeah,
out the games.
there was a load. Like, yeah. In fact, he's Civilization, is he not?
He is Civilization.
He is Civilization. Today's Civilization's all him.
The modern age. If it wasn't the Sid Meier's, we wouldn't be talking right now. Bringing people together.
So like apart from that, like there was only like 2 other games I played, and that was like Apex Legends, which I still play like every month, which had a massive like update, and season 5 started, and then
cool.
Then I went to my Switch and I downloaded. I'd never played the Phoenix Wright games before, so I downloaded them.
Cool.
Started playing through them. And
nice.
That's fantastic. Like you sit and solve these murders and everything. And I was like, you have to think outside the box. Yeah, it's great.
Nice. This is pretty cool. I remember playing were they on the Game Boy years ago? Those games. Or am I tripping? I remember.
Might have been on the Advance. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember having a wee test them. I was like, "Oh, these are pretty cool," but I never got much further than that.
Yeah, well, that's all I've been playing.
Nice. Hey, well, speaking of Apex, you said there was a big update. There
was a big update. Hold on, I have a wee bit about it here somewhere. Yes. Yeah. There's a new season. There's a new edited map. You're back to Kings Canyon, except Luba, the new character. Basically, if you watch her intro video, she's destroyed part of it, so she has with it. And the same thing happens like in every season. They always edit the maps. There's only 2 maps to the game, but they only play one at a time. But this one, it's like I think personally it's a change for the better. Like again, there's a lot of additions to it. Luba is like a fantastic new character. She has like a teleportation thing where she rips off her bracelet and like you can throw it and then you land, like where that your bracelet lands. But you can you can also bail out like halfway through, that too. So the main advantage to it is that you can reach areas faster, and you can reach areas that are normally out of reach of other legends that couldn't get to. So you can get the advantage point really easy. So you can with it.
Amazing. Yeah, I haven't played much Apex, but I love Titanfall 2. Like Titanfall 2 was
great,
fantastic, underrated in terms of shooting games and stuff. So I've been meaning to get into Apex.
That's why I really like it, because I thought the Titanfall gameplay was amazing. The only thing that sort of isn't there that Titanfall had is the double jump. With the jetpack, on the back of it, you don't have.
Oh that. Yeah.
But
do they have because it's all characters? It's a bit like what's that other game that's really popular, begins with O, that everybody does the shooting? It's like all character, like a character-based shoot. Overwatch, yeah. Is it similar to that in terms of? No. Do they all feel in terms of do they feel different?
They are.
Guys?
They all play different. They all shoot exactly the same. So they all have slightly different things. So they all have normally a passive ability, and then they have their ability, and then they have an ultimate.
Okay.
So, her passive, which again is really good. She can see high tier items through walls and through chests and stuff. So she can tell straight away where to go for them.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to see yellow items and purple items. The sort of best in the game.
Oh, cool.
She can run and get them, faster. I've already said about her normal ability. Her ultimate ability is a shop. So she throws down her. I know it sounds shit.
Classic.
Classic woman.
That's what you always expect.
So she throws down her staff, stops on the ground, and this wave of energy bursts out. Now the only disadvantage to it is that when you do that, other players see that, so they can tell where you are.
Right. Okay.
So they can with it, but with the shop, you can get 2 items out of it. That wave goes out so far, and when you go into that, do the staff bit, then you can see every item in that radius, so that you can pick up 2 items from that. So say if you're really low on low on ammo, it comes in really handy. Or if you're like, shit, I really need a backpack, or I really need a stabilizer, barrel stabilizer for my gun, or and then you can find it there. So you can, so it's great. Also,
cool.
Also your teammates and other teams can use it too. So you're better off letting your teammates use it as well, and then closing it so that other people don't use it as well, or you can leave it open and then get yourself a vantage point, by throwing your bracelet somewhere and then waiting until other people come to use it.
Oh yeah.
You know,
The sneaky bastard routine.
exactly.
To call it.
So
Nice.
the other thing that came new was they've never had PVE before in it. Now, if you remember Titanfall 2, there was all those, like, in the attrition mode. You had all the robots and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So
Cool.
PVE is brought in, like other characters and all into it, and that's part of Luba's storyline as well. She's after some artifact. So during the normal modes, you collect these treasure packs, and once you have 5 of them, you can go and do this PVE mission. I think we actually recorded it the other day. Not to say, I might put
Nice.
that up this
Oh,
month.
stick it on the old
Yeah.
the old channel.
Yeah. So during the PVE, you go into this like dark realm. It's like a shadow world kind of thing. It's still, I think it's King's Landing. Might be the other one. Who knows? But yeah, you go into it, and there's these different beasts then that come after you, and you have to shoot them and survive, and basically go and get like this thing, and you have a time limit as well, and then you need to get back to your ship. Again, do you remember like in Titanfall 2 when after you failed the mission? Or after you failed,
I love that. It was class.
So this one here, you have to get back to your thing as well.
Those ships could take some damage as well in Titanfall 2.
Oh,
you notice that? Yeah. There's like 6 of them dudes just like, boy, take that
everyone in the other team, because they just absolutely pounded you. Like all on their Titans shooting at them.
Like, fuck those. They should make the Titans out of whatever those ships are made out of, because they're far stronger. Did they so have they basically added a story? Is it almost like a story mode to it? Like,
it is. It's kind of the only thing that I don't like about it, and I completely understand why they haven't done this, is it's all text based, the story mode. So say here, like a picture of like one of the characters, say Bangalore, appears, and it's just this text speak that comes across. So you gotta read that, and then another one comes here, and you gotta read that, and like, so like I was playing with Adamo and Bumperbit, and like Adam got through, I think, the first page. I went, fuck it, someone can just tell me about that. just exit it out of there.
Do you think that's what they've done it on purpose, so that it's like, if you want to find out about the story, you can do, but if you just want to run in and shoot some shit, it's like...
Yes and no, because like, especially now, with what's going on around the world and everything, they would have to put in a lot of resources and people into making videos.
Oh, right, yeah, voice recording.
And like the Apex like videos are they're amazing. Like, they really are great.
Cool.
The story to them and everything, every time, the launch trailers and stuff. Yeah, they're fantastic. Like the Revenant one, it started off with a new legend getting interviewed. I can't remember his name now. Forge. His name was Forge. So he was this big guy, and he was sitting down in this chair. He had his suit and all on. He was getting interviewed.
I'm sitting on a bed, by the way. I'm just adjusting myself. Sorry, in case anybody's wondering. I'm not trying to be sexy.
Getting his cock out. Tell me more about this Forge.
Wow, this sounds really good. Sorry, Scotty.
So he's sitting there. He's getting interviewed and everything. Like, a proper sort of chat show kind of thing. About being the new legend and going into the arena and all for the first time, and then all of a sudden, he sort of gets stabbed, through the chest, and dead. And that turns out that that's the new character, and he's came in.
It was a classic misdirect.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the sort of start of the video, and then it goes off into Revenant's story. So
cool.
Who you actually get a teaser of in that one. Because Revenant goes after this like rich, I'm guessing, businessman who has lots of security and all, and he's with his wife and his daughter, and Revenant comes in and just completely annihilates everyone like in the room. And
so is this Revenant dude? Is he just like, is he a bad guy, anti-hero type dude? Is he, or
he's an assassin?
Just a straight up badass.
Yeah, he's just an assassin. So yes.
Nice.
So with him there's a wee girl like in that, and it's only the wee girl that survives, and that's it. And the wee girl grows up, and that's who Luba is.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So like Luba, hates him, and that's another sort of good thing about Apex Legends, that with that latest update, the characters when they sort of talk to each other and everything, and you reply and stuff is one of the things you can do in it. They all have different reactions to each other, so they're doing it, which is
cool.
It's a nice touch.
Yeah. Is that like an automatic, like just as you run around, like if you run into somebody,
Yeah, you can, but so you can point
it'll
out
just
things,
like automatically
and then
play like a wee jingle or whatever?
there's other bits like in it where you can you point out something to someone and then they pick it up, and then you've got the option to say thanks, and then they've got the option to say don't mention it, but then they'll say something different, so well, because of the different character. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's pretty cool.
So
That's nice wee touch. Like, that's
that's good. Right, we should probably move on to more news though.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, we were talking about. Speaking of, I wonder if the Apex will end up on the next generation of consoles. I said, "Wait, right?"
Yeah. I can guarantee you that all those will end up
basically based on like
they'll all go across the consoles. So they're just constant updates with it. But new generation of consoles. So there has been news like about the consoles because everyone was sort of wondering, is there going to be delays? It's a simple question. According to Phil Spencer, who has said
Big Phil
that the console is in line with where they thought they should be right now. Though this doesn't mean that the games for the console are all still in line with that.
Yeah, like based on what Microsoft is saying anyway.
Yeah, the hardware is going to be there.
Yeah, but they've been kind of like, we're not releasing games for like 2 years, and it's but
there's
new.
Not. No,
they kind of want to get a new console game anyway. But
they did come out, and I forgot to write down the number, but they came out with how many games are going to be available on launch, for the Xbox Series X, console when it comes out. Now, the bulk of those games are backwards compatible games, so they're games. Can't remember the term. Was it green something? That if you buy a game, for the Xbox One X, they'll upgrade it. Obviously, like
it's seen that. Yeah, Cyberpunk is
Cyberpunk's one of them. Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, I think, is the other one, isn't it?
There's a good whack of them. They're doing it, which I think is an amazing thing, because
cool.
I'm gonna have my Xbox One X. I'm probably gonna upgrade, to the Series X, and I'm gonna want to play the games when they come out, not a month down the line after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want to be getting the benefits of the new systems like straight away, rather than
exactly.
Oh, great! Yeah. I've got like 2 games. Like I remember whenever this generation started, it was kind of like, oh, you've got 3 games to play, and it's like, great, fantastic.
So Spencer did continue to say, I'd say the bigger unknown is the probability of game production. Just to being honest, it's exactly what we're talking about. I think it's inevitable that there's going to be, I'd rather games get delayed and get done proper than get rushed in the climate that they're in right now, because I'd rather get a full game than have to get a massive day one patch and then the actual game that I'm getting is 6 months down the line from that with all the patches in between.
Totally agree. The only thing I don't like in that is when they announce games too early. Cyberpunk, like I'm very excited for that, but they said it was going to come out in April, and then it's like, oh no, we're actually pushing it back to September, and it's like, did you know already? Did you maybe know?
Who knows?
And maybe you just had to try and keep your funding from the Polish government, so that's why you said it was coming out in April. I don't know.
Also, it did work for their hype, because that game's hyped as fuck. That is.
Oh man, I can't wait. Well, the Reeves is in it, so I mean, it could be. It could be like a Mario Kart ripoff with like 1 track, and there's only 2 races on it, but one of them's Keanu Reeves.
This is fantastic.
I'll check that out. It's like Speed 3.
Also, then Sony Global have also said that its hardware is on track for launch this holiday season. Although analysts have speculated that while consoles may not see a delay, they could see a shortage at launch. Now,
I wonder. Sometimes I wonder if that's done on purpose to kind of build hype for it. If you can't get something, you want it more.
Sometimes, I would think that. And the other thing is, consoles when they first launch are normally buggy as fuck as well.
That's also true.
There's
They
always
know it's going to be a bit.
yeah. So maybe they might actually be purposely holding back and then going, "What's wrong with this thing?" Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because they don't like
Because they've been very slow to announce stuff.
Xbox certainly don't want to end up with another ring of death scenario,
Yeah,
because
exactly. Yeah.
that probably hugely hurt them in this console generation, because Sony have absolutely annihilated Microsoft in this console generation.
Yeah. No, totally agree. I think that's partly to do with the fact that Xbox has been a bit slow in terms of like producing new games as well. Like they've been relying very much on like old properties that have been around since the Xbox, whereas like PlayStation has at least tried to do new things or new variations of the same things. Like God of War, I mean, obviously it wasn't. I don't know how big it was when it was like God of War 2 and 3 and stuff, but this new one has been amazing. But Xbox, like Phil Spencer, does seem to be going the right kind of direction in terms of he's quite open with gamers and like explaining what's going on with the Xbox and where they stand and stuff. There's no kind of cloak and dagger sort of techniques where the PlayStation is like, here's a controller. I think like the controller. I know they're doing a big reveal, aren't they? So
yeah, they are. What seems just at the moment, what it seems is like Xbox know that the Xbox One wasn't a great launch for them, so it wasn't like they hugely got hurt, by saying that the console was going to be digital only, to begin with.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
They hugely got hurt by that, and I just don't think it recovered from it. But this time around, like Xbox have been actually doing their research, and they haven't been thinking, "I'm Billy Big Balls, I can do what I want." Whereas I think the tables have flipped there, because I think now the Sony PlayStation are the guys going, we're the big dogs around here.
Yeah. They're kind of sitting back a bit more on their laurels.
People are going to buy our stuff no matter what.
Yeah.
We don't need to do nothing. Whereas Xbox, came forward saying, look, if you buy games for your Xbox One, we'll make sure to just go up to that there. There's even schemes around now. If you buy an Xbox One this year, that it's essentially just renting the console, because then that'll go towards your Xbox Series X console.
Wow, that's really good. So you'll get like a discount price or whatever.
Exactly. It's essentially
that's really good.
It's essentially just a holding place, for there, because that's how much like Microsoft are going, we really need to push the boat out on this generation.
Yeah.
We need to catch up, and they do need to catch up.
Yeah, totally. I think it's because to sort of read anyway, is that like Sony are more reliant on the sales of the PlayStation and the PlayStation games and stuff like this than Microsoft is, because obviously, although they have the Xbox and it's a big brand, it's not their main source of income for the company. Obviously, it does generate a lot of money. They can be hopefully be a bit more like consumer friendly going forward if they can maintain the levels that they've done at the moment, And they've also bought some like good studios, like Obsidian are good, like if you like RPGs, like they're great, and having them next, like I'm very much looking forward to their new game that's coming out in July. I think it's called Grounded. It's like the one where it's which looks great. It looks really cool. Like it looks like a good solid survival game rather than a lot of the janky sort of survival games you get like DayZ. So like they're making the right moves to get towards to where they need to be. I think definitely but Sony have been very slow at like reveal. I know they've announced their big reveal, and it was rumored. I think it's like June 4th. I think it's like next Thursday.
Yeah.
I think if they do a big show in there,
is it June 5th here? Cover.
Yeah. If they do a big show in there, because the problem that like I don't know if you've seen the gameplay reveal that Xbox did.
Yeah, hold on. I've got a bit about it here. Where is it? Oh, yeah.
Wow,
I had to write this down so then, because it was just like I was sitting watching it because I was quite excited. It was advertised again, like gameplay. There was no fucking gameplay.
Yeah.
Or sorry, there was, but it was like
yeah, like the only gameplay I seen was the game where they're like, oh, it's made by one dude, and it's like, oh, cool, that looks cool. You got anything else? Like, nah, some cutscenes. I hope you like cutscenes. It's like, nah, not really.
Yeah. So I have a bit here about it. Well, just as I was saying there, but my first reaction to the footage shown was that it was vastly missing gameplay. A lot of footage from games, but just not much gameplay. Though it did look nice. It did. It looked
Yeah,
very,
it did look good. Like I don't know if you've seen the Unreal. It was kind of a tech demo they did.
yeah.
Like that. Although they said it was running on PlayStation, it was basically. I think it's basically applicable to like all consoles, but it was more just a demo of that engine. But that was more impactful than all the stuff that Xbox showed, and that was that kind of first reveal of new gameplay. It seemed a bit like, come on, dudes. Like
Yeah.
we know you've got a bit of Senua in there somewhere, a bit of Halo.
Now,
We tease that would have been nice, you know.
saying that, we did get more information, from that, which, like, although I was really highlighting at the time, the gameplay, when I did watch it back again and actually listen to them properly, I was like, okay,
Over your shouts of disappointment the first time. What the?
just grumbling, going, what the fuck's going on? This is not gameplay. That was just all third-party games, we saw.
Yeah.
They do plan to announce their first-party games in July. So which I'm really looking forward to, because I want to see Halo Infinite. that's my whole thing. I want to see Halo. Okay.
I wonder if they're going to go the Destiny route of it being like an online open world sort of thing with
Halo, doubt it.
Halo, or do you think it'll be like kind of like GTA, where you've got the main like Master Chief story, and then you've also got like online Halo, where you get to make your own sort of grunt and go to the casino and try and win a car, Is it going to have that?
I would play that. all I want to be is a jackal sitting with my shield and sniping and in behind some tree where no one can see me, just sort of sniping people coming out of the casino.
With that jump animation, remember the old Halo, whenever you shot somebody and they were jumping, how far they flew? It was good. I miss those days, What I would love to see is the new Fable, if they could do that, because I know the rumor's been, is it the guy who makes Forza? They've been kind of it sounds like they're the ones who are maybe doing the next Fable, which if done right could be amazing. The idea of an open world Fable with those sort of mechanics. Hopefully they improve some of the stuff, like the one button combat was a bit kind of, and that line you followed, that way dust. Do you remember that dust line? It's like, really takes the thought out of adventuring. But Fable 1 is still like, it's still.
Fable 1 was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Fable 2 was still good. Fable 3, it was out.
Yeah. I think next week though, if with regards to PlayStation, if they can show off like a PlayStation 5 game, a system seller, because the rumor's been like Horizon Zero Dawn 2 has been kind of the big rumor, and I know that they were working on that for a while. And the other thing is that's set to come to the PC, I think, as well. Yeah, Horizon. Mm-hmm. So if they could kick off with that and it looks amazing, like Horizon Zero Dawn, I was playing it again recently. There, it looks amazing.
It does, yeah.
Even on a base PlayStation, like it looks so good, and that game's like 4 years old.
It was way ahead of its time. And it was, in fact, it's a very grossly underrated game as well.
Yeah. Like you do hear people talking about it, but not to the same degree. Like
no.
Like fighting some of the monsters and stuff. There's a few things in it. Like if you've played any Assassin's Creed games, where you can just, like, especially the recent ones, you can just run up any wall. Mm-hmm. In that you had like yellow markers. If they change that in it, I also heard the new one. The rumors it might be co-op, which would be like a game of that graphic potential. Looking that good, big open world, like co-op, which is what Fallout should have been instead of Fallout 76.
Yeah. Although apparently Fallout 76 is better now, with the NPCs in it. So
I heard this, Wastelanders.
I might have to go into it again. I said that. Do you remember the last time you and me and JJ played it? For some reason, your clothes just kept on falling off.
Yeah. What was that about?
Every time I walked into a room, you were just in your underpants.
That was by design. I was doing that on purpose. I thought maybe it would make it a bit more interesting. I did. I quite like it. I sort of secretly, maybe a bit of a masochist, but I do like the glitches in games sometimes. I love T-posing. when you see that. I love whenever games when people slide across the screen. Like over the door. I was playing Mafia, and there's a bit I was walking down the street, and some dude just slid right in front of me.
I love. I
was
still
like,
love.
oh, nice.
My favorite is like, see when an NPC you're talking to just suddenly goes, just floats off into the air.
How's it going? Okay then. Yeah, it's a secret joy. Underrated. People underrated the glitches. There's a lot of complaints about Bethesda and their glitches. Obviously, there's a lot of other complaints as well, but
Right,
keep the glitches in for 2020. That's my party political broadcast.
Other things we found out from the Xbox gameplay reveal was that all their 15 game studios are working away at home on their next gen games. Obviously, they have new updates and titles lined up for Game Pass, which you'd expect because what are they going to do? Just leave it with the same.
Oh, just to point out as well, like the other thing Game Pass do that PlayStation doesn't do is that as soon as their new games come out, you can get them day one, sometimes earlier. Like Gears of War 5, that was on there. Like Outer Worlds, like you get that straight away. Like which is
anything by their
it's pretty good.
As I say, anything by their studios because that's what Halo Infinite will be going on date.
Yeah,
which is fantastic.
Like, it's great. Sorry, anyway, you were.
They're expanding on Project xCloud into new countries and on new devices. Later on this year, Project xCloud and Game Pass will come together, enabling you and your friends to play together in more ways. Now, what that means, have to wait and see. I have no fucking idea.
Does this mean it'll take Stadia's crown? Oh no! They couldn't possibly be a challenge to Stadia, could they?
Stadia's 1 week.
Titans.
So I don't know. Like there was like I don't know if this is going to mean that you can carry some games with you on mobile or what.
It seems like they're trying to put more emphasis into streaming games.
They are.
I know. Like I heard Spencer say like. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
that great success. I heard that's not doing too well. Apparently, Ninja's losing all his Fortnite followers. But like because I remember I seen an interview, maybe it was about a month ago, and they were talking about, Spencer was saying about how Microsoft has the infrastructure to do that right compared to Sony in terms of like having bigger servers and the fact that they are more of a global. Not that Sony's not a global company, obviously, but they are more of a global company. So doing streaming services for them should theoretically be better. I think it'll all depend on how internet quality is, because if you live in the back end of nowhere, like from like growing up in Wales and stuff, the internet I think they've got it over there now, but it's not the greatest. But even for playing like online games, so I mean, until they improve that, I think there's a lot of this stuff is going to be kind of theoretical stuff, but it seems that that's where they're trying to go, which is cool,
I think I know like Xbox were ahead of their time, with the Xbox One release one and announcing that it would be digital only, but definitely heading that way.
It is.
Now more than ever, people are buying digital games online because the stores aren't open and you can buy them off. Thing and everything, but I think it's the handiness sake, like in all of it. The only thing that I complain about, like online, is the prices. I personally,
there's no competition. Which I don't like. It shoehorns you into only buying from their stores.
Exactly.
Which is the bad thing for consumers, which I think a lot of people kind of miss the trick on. You can't shop around. You're stuck. And then if you buy something, like in terms of getting a refund and stuff on that, it's not as straightforward. There's a lot of hoops you have to go through, and I still don't understand why digital games are more expensive than physical games a lot of the time. When you're not paying for packaging, because the distribution is completely different.
There was one the other day there. I think I must have downloaded it on Gold a long time ago, and I forgot about it. But it was XCOM Enemy Unknown, and I went, shit, I've never played this. I was like, I've always meant to play it and just didn't. So I gave it a go the other day. And then Scuba was going on to me about it, going, that sounds great. I was like, where do you get it? I was like, it was on Gold ages ago, man, but it's bound to be cheap. Go to the Xbox store and find out. 50
Yeah.
quid.
What?
Xbox
For a
360.
360?
It's an Xbox 360 game. 50 quid for the digital copy. Go on to eBay, 199.
Yeah, like that's the thing. See, the
Yeah.
thing as well, like whenever I buy a lot of my games, I would buy like I'll buy a new game that comes out, and
Mhm.
then 2 weeks later or a week later, if I'm not enjoying it or I think it's just all right, I'll trade it in and
Yeah.
get the next new game. So you get to try a lot of new games very quickly, but it's taken that away from you. So there's a fear because there's a thing of like people blindly walking into this because corporations want you to buy digital, so
Of course they do.
they market stuff in order to kind of think, oh wow, yeah, this sounds great. But
Mhm.
when for the poorer man out there, such as myself, living in this attic, getting getting games on the reg isn't as easy when the digital. And like also, if you buy a game for 50 quid and it is crap, it's like I'm stuck with this now.
Yeah.
And
I can now sell this on eBay for 199.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which is what I would be doing if I had XCOM. I'd be out there selling
Yeah.
maybe 3 copies, buy 3 copies for a fiver.
Oh, fuck me, I can afford milk and cornflakes this week.
And possibly XCOM, unless I buy digitally. There goes my rent.
Right, we'll move on. We need to get through some stuff.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Go on to
let's
some
trundle through.
games. Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings.
Oh yes, yeah.
So during the month they released screenshots, so that which I sent you.
Yeah, I only saw today.
Mhm.
They look pretty cool. Like I wasn't that interested. Like, cause I remember hearing about this a while ago, and I was like, Gollum, he's all right. I mean, what you gonna do? Go on hunting fish? You know what I mean? It's like giving hobbits some chip.
I did love Shadow of Mordor, and both those games were fantastic.
Oh yeah. But the fact that there hasn't been more games set in that universe,
Mhm.
is a bit of a travesty. I remember playing Return of the King and Two Towers back on the PS2. I think
Yeah,
it was.
they were really
Those
good.
games are amazing.
Yeah.
Like the fact they haven't done more than that.
There was a strategy game as well that I can't remember the name of.
Oh yeah. That game was class as well.
It
Like,
was really
why
good.
is there not more
Yeah.
of that? Like, that
Mhm.
could be because there's so much. Not to go full nerd, but like there's so much rich like Tolkien history of
Yeah,
like
there
the
is.
war that took place in the past that you could even delve into without. Like the problem with Shadow of War was like some of the stuff they did. Shelob being that woman and all. I'm like, actually,
Yeah.
spiders don't do it for me. That's not why I got into Lord of the Rings. But yeah, like those games look cool. But these screenshots look pretty impressive, man. They look
Like
pretty cool.
we've got to look at Golem. The thing that the thing that caught me right was because they said that no, that this isn't like Peter Jackson's Golem. This is our own imagining of him. And you look at it and you're like, it's kind of like Golem.
It looks exactly the same.
It's Golem, but like slightly more like fan art Golem.
I hope maybe he can get like powered up. Is that what they mean? And by the end of it, he's
He's just an absolute tank.
He's just a tank. He's running around with like 2 swords.
And then you see like it kind of looks like going through the images. It looks like you're in Mordor. Well, so far, anyway.
Yeah, which is cool. I kind of wish they were going.
And it does.
Having had Shadow of War all in Mordor, it'd be nice if they
Mhm.
did something where they're exploring the other regions.
Yeah, something.
But so it'd be cool if you can maybe get out of there a wee bit. But
I don't know. It was already said that this was going to be sort of a stealth sort of adventure game. You can definitely see those vibes in it since he's always behind walls.
Yeah.
Every image.
And he's in his pants the majority of the time, which doesn't make the most active combat attire.
Yeah, so
unless you like 5th playthrough to
like
Dark Souls or something. But
I don't mind stealth games or stealth concept in games, but I like to be able to fight my way out if I get discovered.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't know if that's going to be there. So I think I would just lose my patience, straight away.
Yeah.
With the stealth only game.
Yeah, I think we're so used to like going up behind somebody and just one shot stealth. Yeah, I don't know if Gollum would be cracking necks and at the same ferocity. Is it an open world then? Is it, or is it going to be like level based, or like what do you heard? Or
don't know. It has the potential there to be open world, so it does definitely. If
Which could be
you,
good, could be bad. You know, I mean, it
yeah.
depends on how that world is structured. If it's an interesting world to get around,
Mhm.
great. You know,
Like if you go through the images more there, you see the spiders, but I don't really know what the deal is there. Maybe they come after you or something. And then
yeah. What?
there's one image of just this beautiful landscape.
Yeah, seeing that. That's what I was
Yeah,
wondering if they're gonna go outside of Mordor, which you know
yeah,
almost interests me more because I feel like we spent a lot of time, especially play Shadow War and the
yeah,
sequel.
yeah.
You know,
We do.
like in terms of like going around Mordor, and Mordor is great and all, but it's very grim
Mhm.
looking. Like it's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
depressing
I agree.
looking. So like it'd be
So
cool if they can go a bit further
I've
afield.
just
You know.
noticed there. See if you zoom in to the sort of right hand corner
Yeah,
on that. There's spiders there as well.
spiders are making the big. I don't know if you heard that Kevin's. I don't know good about the Kevin Smith story about that guy, the producer guy, who wanted to add a spider to the Superman movie,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
Kevin Smith was like, "This is
And
gonna
then
work."
and then he
And
went
then,
to Wild Wild West and did the
yeah,
same thing.
spiders
Oh,
sell, right? You guys like
he
spiders, right?
really wanted a big giant spider.
Because I guess like with Gollum, you don't think is that like because everybody kind of gave him crap. Like the only people who were kind of in the film, the only person who got onto him really was Frodo. You know, like
Yeah,
the Rohan dudes tried to kill him, and like the elves weren't too big of a fan of him. So I wonder if they'll have an element of it as well. You know, like because he's an enemy of everybody. It's not just you know what I mean. Everybody hates him because he looks so disgusting. And he probably stinks as well.
just go through.
But yeah, no, it's looking good. Are we? Are you still there? You froze?
Yeah, yeah. No, no, I'm here. I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like it could be interesting.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it's weird.
I'll be more intrigued to see what people say about it. When it closer to the time, or if I see like a gameplay trailer.
Yeah,
I'll see.
maybe on the Xbox
Like,
Series X. Who knows?
I'll just wait for it. um,
Because I think June's going to be a lot of. There's hopefully should be more gameplay reveals coming. Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
because
Yeah, yeah.
obviously we don't have E3 this year, so it seems like
Um,
that's going to be the way forward in terms of
well,
like online.
we don't have
So,
on E3, but we do have a load of events, which leads me into the next thing here.
oh, segue.
Q screen wipe.
Yeah. Can we do that? I want digital. We need digital screen wipes every time we get a segue right. Yeah.
So EA have announced a broadcast. So EA
Okay.
will be on
Microtransactions. I hope you like microtransactions. Coming this year. Yeah.
Basically, what we're going to do is there's going to be a loot box. It's loot box generator. You might get a game, you might not.
E3. Oh, EA. Sorry, not E3.
So EA Play will be on the 12th of June. It'll be a digital-only event, obviously. It'll begin at midnight over here and showcase games through a live broadcast, community content, and more. EA have not announced what games they'll be showing, though we can presume that sports franchises such as FIFA and Madden will be there.
Oh, Madden! Thank God for that.
Another likely game will be their next-gen Battlefield game, and Project Maverick is rumored to be there too. If you don't know what Project Maverick is, it's a mystery Star Wars game that was like sort of sneakily leaked back in March. So I'm hoping that's there, and I'm hoping it's.
Is this the? Is this? Is I really liked Fallen Order. I thought it was great. I don't know if you played it. Did you play Fallen Order?
I haven't yet. But
it's very good. It's very
that
good.
leads me on to another segue.
Segue.
Fallen Order had some DLC this one.
Yes, I had a week of it.
To celebrate May the 4th. It was free.
What's going on here, boys?
It consisted
E3 are losing it, but EA are losing it, man.
Yeah. EA throwing shit out the window. No, they'll bring this back though. See when they get into other controversy and all, they'll be going, but we had that online event, and we had that. Remember that free
DLC? You got different lightsabers,
cosmetic stuff. Yeah, we gave you that last year, 2020. Remember? So it consisted of cosmetics, combat challenges, and more. Yeah, and you said you got it. What was it?
Yeah. How do we go with it? Yeah, it was pretty good. The combat challenges were pretty cool. I didn't like play too much of it. I'm trying to get through I was trying to get through Final Fantasy at the time, which is massive. No, it was nice. Like, I mean, if added New Game Plus, which was a big thing, I think a lot of people kind of wanted, and it was cool. Like, I will play through the main story game again. Depending on like when I hear probably about the next one that's coming.
I find that really hard to do. See in any RPG, I get too involved. I get too immersed
in the character.
Yeah, I'm too immersed. I can't do it. See, especially like anything where I've got to choose, things that affect things. Like seeing like Mass Effect, like the whole way through.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not play it again. I was like,
oh man, I was the same.
Heartbroken. Yeah. I was heartbroken
to
do that, and I was just like, that I'm gonna have to live with the deaths of these people on my soul for the rest of eternity. when I get judged, I will be like, I killed all those people.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Yeah, like a Mass Effect 2, I saved like all my crew and then realized that all the other NPCs had died because I took too long.
Was it Mass Effect 2? I think it was 3. In 3, didn't you have to side with one of your crew members?
Oh yeah, and like the other ones, their planet gets destroyed.
Who'd you pick?
I think I went with what was the faceplate girl? What was that girl called?
Oh, did you go with her? Tila? Was it Tila?
Yeah.
You went with her? I went with Legion.
Oh, nice. Yeah, good choice.
So
I hummed and hard.
With Legion, what happened was I was like, you can't just destroy a race just because look, they've become sentient. They're actual people here. And I thought I was making a sensible decision. So I was like, yeah, she'll forgive me. So she will after time. And no. As soon as I chose that, Q cutscene, shoot down all their ships, entire race gone, and then you go out and she's on the edge of a cliff. What's happening? What are you doing? And then she just goes, I cannot live like this.
She topped herself.
Yeah.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
It was like, I was a genuine, like, I see when it happened. I was holding my controller and I was like,
now you know how Hitler felt.
I was just like, oh fuck, should I go back? Should I reset this? And then I was like, no, I can't. That's that's the decision I've made. Gone.
You didn't want to go back and see,
like,
see the
how many hours? Like I knew her through Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, and most of Mass Effect 3.
Well, the big difference in Jedi Fallen Order is that New Game Plus only really gives you a different colored poncho that you've collected. There's no big life or death story decisions to make, so you'd be relieved to hear. I went back to playing color
lightsabers a pretty hefty decision.
I stake my life on that.
What like if you had a lightsaber, like what color would yours be?
I'd probably go green, just because
I'd go green.
Luke was the dude, and when he had the green lightsaber at the end, like I was thought blue, and like everybody seems to get blue.
I went green because I fucking love I forgot his name, Liam Neeson.
Oh yes. Qui-Gon.
Yeah, Qui-Gon.
Yeah. Even though you do want the Obi-Wan, obviously, I'd love to do an Obi-Wan game. Let's cut the chaff here. Let's get Obi-Wan. I want to see what's going on with him. Him hanging out on was it Mos Eisley and stuff, and having the bounce in the desert.
I want Slob Simulator Obi-Wan.
I guess I could do something now, but
bomb simulator. I think there is a bomb simulator. Can we just can someone do like a patch for that? Someone do a mod that I can be Obi-Wan just in a desert in a cave,
just chilling. Like that game, is it Kanzai or something it's called? I don't know if you ever heard of this. I think it's called Kenzai or something. You play as like a random dude. Anyway, we'll go into that. That's a whole other video for a whole other time. But here, you sent me some other screenshots here as well. I was kind of having a wee.
Before you go through the end though, I'll go
okay.
Because I was talking about online events, so I might as well finish that.
Sorry, yeah.
Tokyo Game Show 2020 cancelled, shockingly, like everything else has been. But
even though the Japanese are holding off for a while, they're like, "Oh, we're not shutting down." Do you know about this? The Olympics are coming. No, don't worry. Don't worry. This virus won't affect us.
They'll be fine. But IGN are helping to bridge the gap. Due to the pandemic,
Oh yeah.
the expo scheduled for the 24th to the 27th of September has been replaced with an online event. TGS, Tokyo Game Show, joins a list of expos around the world to be cancelled, including E3, San Diego Comic-Con, Bit Summit, GDC, and Gamescom. Gamescom have an online one too, so they're, I think, coming.
Oh, cool.
But IGN have been gathering exhibitors for their digital event, IGN Summer of Gaming, or the IGN Expo, as I think it's getting part of it's getting called now. The list is growing fast with 2K, Blizzard, Xbox, Ubisoft, CD Projekt Red, Square Enix, Sega, Bandai Namco, Amazon, Google Stadia, Twitter, Devolver Digital,
Thank God for that.
THQ.
Everybody's
Nordic,
listen. A lot of people have been writing
more.
off Stadia, but you know, they're
You're
still
gonna,
going to come back.
you're gonna
2021 is the
trade in
year
the
of Stadia.
Trade in the Xbox, sell the laptop, get rid of that PlayStation.
Give me that Stadia.
Stadia is where
goodness.
it's going to be. 2021 is Google's year.
I want to pay to play Destiny 2, which is a free game on every other console on Stadia, because it's what the fan base wants.
So it kicks off on June 5th.
Oh, cool.
Hold on here, because I believe.
So that's the day. Is that the day after the PlayStation, the Sony event?
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going in here because I believe that did I get them? Oh, I did. But it's nearly unreadable because the quality of the image isn't that good. So I said June 5th. On June 4th, there's something. So they've got like a pre-show charity stream on June 4th. Then on June 5th, they have the IGN Expo debut. So with that, they have an unannounced game, followed by an unannounced game, followed by an unannounced game reveal.
Oh, wow.
Then,
I wonder if it's the same game.
I don't know. Then Werewolf the Apocalypse. Then they've got gameplay of a few games. Then they've got Samurai Jack. And then Spellbreak.
Yeah, Samurai Jack I'm kind of like quietly excited for, even though it probably will be guff because it's a tiny game and they usually guff, but I do love Samurai Jack, so.
I do love the show, but yeah. Then on June 6th, they have partner and publisher showcases. So that'll be like, all those guys, coming in to show off their stuff. June 7th, they have publisher showcase. June 8th, they have partner and publisher showcases. Unannounced classic reveal. And another announced game. Then Chivalry 2. Chivalry was great. I really enjoyed Chivalry.
Oh, cool. What's Chivalry? I never played it.
So it's like a first-person medieval thing.
Oh, yes. I heard about this, yeah.
Offense team and a defense team. And yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Ah, cool.
Then you have Duel the Universe, Pathfinder Kingmaker, Wasteland 3, another few things there too.
Do you say Duel Universe? That game has been being announced as coming out for the past, 5 years?
Yeah.
6 years, son?
But it goes on, like you got June 9th, then you got June 11th, there's up to June 15th, June 18th, and June 24th, so it's going on quite a bit.
It's a big slab of stuff.
Yeah, so during that time, we might try to do like one sort of video a day.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, we could maybe talk to some
just review that day, kind of thing.
Yeah. I hope it's not the same game, all the days. We'll say. Hopefully it is. It would be nice to see some new stuff that's coming out soonish rather than later on. It does seem like a lot of like publishers are doing their own things as well, though. I mean, like EA is not going to be there, Sony's not going to be there.
They're all going to have their own
Microsoft's doing their oon reveal as well. I wonder how much they're actually going to get, or are they kind of stretching out?
They'll definitely see. Well, Microsoft have Xbox have their monthly, announcements now.
Yeah.
So they're doing announcements every month. So they'll have, only a certain amount to go every month. Yeah.
Maybe some deeper dives or something on
exactly
something already revealed. Maybe it could be cool. Could be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
If there's anything good. I wonder if they're going to get like the kind of independent sort of games, if we can maybe get some of
There,
those, might
I
come
think
in a bit
I
more on
think there
IGN and
is.
stuff would be cool.
I think there is some indie games that go into that there, but I think there's also I can't remember the name of it, but I think there's an online event that loads of the indie game developers have like got together to
Oh,
do.
cool. Nice.
Because like at least you'll have the crowds that are interested in like indie games
Mm.
will go to that. But um, I think they also need to be a part of a bigger event
Yeah,
because
to get
like
this.
you have to bring in people that only go for like triple A games.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you get them sort of attracted in an indie game, then
yeah.
it'd be worthwhile.
Yeah,
So
because like E3, for some indie game studios, anyway, it seems to be the place where they get a bit more recognition because people are going obviously for the big games, and then they see independent stuff there as well. So,
yeah. Mhm.
be interesting to see.
Oh, in fact,
Oh, cool, man.
there's no thing about Gamescom. Remember, I was saying to you that I think it has one. So
Yeah.
Gamescom, Gamescom. I've got Gamescom Digital. So their event will take place between August 27th to August 30th. I'll be free to watch with no ticket required.
Oh, cool.
So
Nice. That's pretty
we'll
good.
definitely give that a watch as well because there's always things announced at Gamescom.
Yeah, games
Every
because
year.
Gamescom's like always later in the year as well. It always seems
It's
to be
it's
they get
also
more stuff than
it's also
E3 almost.
massive. It's huge.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard there've been some people have been I don't know if this is going to come to fruition, but people saying like you may get like demos of games that aren't released yet, which could be kind of cool.
Oh
That they
yeah,
would
yeah.
normally have on like the on the floor where these
Ah
events
yeah,
take place.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
if we can get some of those, whether or not that happens, I don't know, because obviously it's not as a controlled environment if you're releasing a demo for a game that's not out yet
Yes.
online, and you could get a lot of trouble for that. So
Right.
say, like, remember that? I don't know if you remember the Final Fantasy remake demo. Like, people data mined it and like found out all the chapter names and all this
It-
kind of stuff.
that is the problem, like with it, because
Yeah,
people like there's you have to. It's too hard, now to not to have data mined everything. It's the same with
yeah,
like
yeah.
Apex Legends gets data mined like constantly, and that's why
Oh,
they know the names of like the legends that are coming out next year, like and everything.
all right, yeah,
And
yeah.
then
Which is
gradually to see like what abilities and all they're going to have, which I don't mind as much. So I don't, because it's just a character, a new character that's
yeah,
getting added to the game. But I do mind when it's part of a story and stuff.
yeah.
When it
Like
gets,
Last of Us too.
oh fucking hell, yeah. At least that's fixed now apparently.
Oh, is it?
After
Oh, man.
after an investigation where they're now saying that it wasn't any of Sony's staff.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Was it like were they hacked? It was like an old access code
Yeah.
or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It
how
was
they
an
managed to hack
access code
it,
for a different game, so they managed to hack into their servers.
which just seems like what?
Bit stupid,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. Right, we'll move on to game news. Just like from different stuff that's got announced.
Yeah, cool, man.
So
Cool.
Diablo 2 remaster is coming this year.
I heard about this. I never played Diablo 2.
Oh man, Diablo 2 is fucking great.
Yeah.
All the Diablos have been great. A report has suggested that we'll see a remaster later on this year, though with Warcraft 3's Reforged's uninspiring launch. That's about the best thing I can say about it. This release will be scrutinized more than they would like. Nothing's been confirmed with this yet, but sources close to the studio suggest that Vicarious Visions are supporting Blizzard on this project.
Oh, cool. So it won't just be Blizzard.
Yeah,
running wild. So
like I'm very critical of Blizzard now, ever since Activision, got them.
all right, yeah.
Yeah, Blizzard to me was just a fantastic company who really cared about its fan base and
yeah,
did everything for its fan base. Now I just feel it's money, 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 money.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'd say that because am I right in thinking that Overwatch was the main one of the main sort of games that drove the idea of loot boxes? Is that right?
Yeah,
I think they were kind of like one of the biggest ones that did it, and that kind of snowballed to everybody else.
Yep.
And like Activision, it was a Call of Duty. I think it was like last year or something. They released like a DLC, so you can get like a red dot on one of your guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like,
Which gave you an advantage in the game.
yeah, it's like,
And
right, okay,
that's where it gets like, okay, this isn't fair.
yeah.
So,
That's the thing with like playing when I was playing Mafia 2, and actually also with Final Fantasy, is like it didn't have microtransactions. You know,
yeah.
I know like Mafia 2 did come with DLC and stuff, but I don't mind paying for DLC if it's like new story content. You know, if they're giving you a big chunk of a game, but it's not this oppressive like when you're on the main screen menu. Like, hey, do you want to buy some microtransactions? It's like, no, I don't. I don't want to buy a new hat from a dude. Like, I'm not interested. You know, I'll grind out my hat. I'll earn my hat the natural way I was supposed to.
Yeah, I don't like paying for things, but I do like earning them. You know, I do like again.
Yeah,
I love cosmetics. I just do love them.
Yeah. That's the other thing that annoys me as well, is that like all this stuff is all for cosmetic stuff, and I'm like, your mother's like,
yeah.
Back in the day, you go to the in-game shop and buy something. It's like, oh, it's cool. Now it's like, oh, I want that cool top, but it's like, yeah, it costs you 10 quid online. I'm like, no, I'll just buy myself a new top so I can wear around the house.
We have 2 more game. I'm just getting photos up here again because I'm going to be talking about one that I'm very excited for. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake announced.
Yes,
can't wait for it.
Yes,
Tony Hawk's back. The remakes will be released for PS4, Xbox One, and PC on September 4th this year. If you pre-order from Epic Games Studio, you'll be able to play a demo of the iconic warehouse level.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So,
is that only on PC, do you say? On the Epic Store, was that?
PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So you can
if you pre-order, you get to play the
Epic Game Store.
You get to play the demo?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. So that'll be good.
Suddenly these digital game buying deals aren't too bad at all, eh? I take it all back.
They also released some screenshots, from the game, which just look absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it does look good.
There's one there where I had to look at it like a few times and then really had to zoom in, to the guy like doing the trick over the wall with the graffiti on it.
Yeah. The lighting on that looks amazing.
The lighting is just fantastic. And then the sunset, like over the other one there, just looks amazing. Yeah, then there's the warehouse, which is great too.
Yeah, it looks good. I wonder, because I haven't played it since back in the day.
Right.
So I know that I heard that they upgraded the controls in it.
They've had to because, the controllers just now. Because
because it's got analog sticks,
whereas it didn't before. It was just
So
like everything, like
I wonder how much difference going to be.
Like Tony Hawk was all muscle memory, from your moves. So I don't really know how it's going to work.
If they'll make it worse or better.
With fighting games and stuff, like I'm way better with the D-pad.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Like I can't.
Analog.
Because analog, it doesn't seem. Maybe it's just because I'm a bit of an idiot, but it doesn't. You can't do moves as smoothly as you can on a D-pad, or you can't enter them. Like go down and go left or whatever. And
other people can, but like even see going doing 360, like on that, I can do 360 far easier on a D-pad than I can.
Yeah.
I always sort of mess it up, on the analog.
Yeah. So I'm hoping. I wonder how that's going to play out if they don't. Apparently, you can do both. You can play the old, the old controller system, or they've got like some sort of new system for it, which sounds pretty cool.
That's good.
The online bit might be because I never played it online back in the day. I think it was like PS2, wasn't it?
I don't play it online like.
So like having that might be interesting if it's done well. We'll see. We'll see what the crack is like. But yeah, no, I'm looking definitely forward to this. As an old schooler, like spending days just playing Tony Hawk's back in the day, it was so good. The soundtracks and all. Apparently, they've got most of the music.
They've got most of the music back.
Yeah, which is like surprising,
I'm hoping to have like all the best tracks of that.
Yeah, but then I was also thinking like a lot of those bands aren't as big anymore, so maybe they're like, oh yeah, sure, you could use our Tony Hawk's song. Yeah, that's no problem. Give me that money.
I was thinking as well, like see that kids like they might go out and buy this. They're like, "Oh, Tony Hawk, yeah, yeah. Who the fuck's Tony Hawk?" Like, yeah,
Ooh,
Tony Hawk was absolutely massive. Like we were younger, but
yeah.
is he now?
I wonder if it'll open up a new generation to playing. Maybe it depends how popular it'll be. Like, but I wonder if it'll open up new kids to like playing skateboard, like doing skateboarding again. Because a lot of people
Playing
after
skateboard.
playing skateboard, you ever been playing skateboarding? Sometimes me and my buddies head down the park, do some playing skateboarding.
Play skateboarding. I can see you just with your skateboard.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, let's play.
This ain't working, man. Do you remember them finger skateboards as well?
Yeah.
Do you remember those?
You had the tricks on.
Oh, man.
Them.
Yeah.
And Quicksilver.
Oh, nice. Quicksilver shout out. Gone but not forgotten. Oh, nice. Oh, pretty cool. But yeah, like because I wonder if it'll introduce a new generation of kids to different like music of that time as well. You know, will it be? Because obviously it's very different from most of, like back in the day. That was quite a lot of chart stuff, I guess. Almost.
Yeah. Well, a lot of
like
them was,
in a weird kind of way. So I wonder if that'll make that stuff popular again. But yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to see. I don't know if it'll be as big. And the other problem is like, will it be full stuff to the gills with microtransactions? Pay £2 to get the 900 flip on the Tony Hawk special. You know?
That'll probably be buy 3 loot packs and you'll get like a fucking pair of green Vans.
yeah. Wow, really does the green Vans.
Unlock this black T-shirt.
Yeah, that does look very good.
Yeah.
The other game I've seen that I think I played like last week was Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know if did you watch the gameplay of that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to that. I've been reading the Japanese samurai book called Musashi, and I started watching Seven Samurai there as well. I'm at the intermission, so I'm geared up. I'm excited for this. I know people saying it looks a bit like Assassin's Creed, and I'm like, yeah, it's fine, but samurais, like, what's wrong with you? It's like Assassin's Creed. It's like, I don't care. It's about samurais running around being a samurai. It's like, what more do you want? Like, I'd rather that than the big Alexios running around the Greek world.
But the whole thing with it, like, well, during that gameplay, like trailer, there was that you kind of, the way I got the feeling of it was you start off as a samurai, but you're gradually turning into stealth, aren't you?
Yeah, you're kind of becoming. Because the developers have been talking about it, like they were doing like some interview, like a Twitch chat about it recently.
Yeah.
And they were saying that you can become a samurai. You become like a ninja or the ghost, as they call them, but he is basically a ninja. But you can use the same samurai fight systems, but based on like your setup, like how your character's armor all set up, like means that you won't be able to use those samurai skills as effectively because of the way your dress and your equipment loadout and stuff will be, which would be a cool idea, you know.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, like I do like the whole like the way he can just go up and like target, a dude to have a shootout with. There's one of the things they missed the trick in Red Dead 2. Because I remember in Red Dead 1, I think you could have shootouts with people.
Yeah, you could.
You could call them out. And you do a quick draw. No, you can do it in Red Dead 2, and I thought like you missed a bit of a trick. Like you had the Deadeye and stuff, but yeah. So it looks very good. I'm very much excited for that. I think it's going to be. I was excited for it anyway. Like as soon as they announced it. I don't know if you've played. Do you play Sekiro or Neo 2 or any of those ones?
No. I heard it's hard as fuck.
Yeah, they are both like oppressively hard. Until you kind of get to grips with them. But it's like this looks more the kind of idea of being a samurai, of like without as much fantastical elements. Maybe people find that boring. I don't know, but I quite like the idea of just like two dudes with swords scrapping. Like just feels a bit more real. So I don't know. So yeah, it looks good, man. It looks good. Very exciting times.
The other game that I was looking forward to, which will probably end up being balls, but I'm really looking forward to it, is Iron Man VR.
Yes, I heard about this.
But it's got
again? Was it late already?
Yeah, it was. But it isn't by much. Like it's just the new release date was announced, so it's pushed the game back to July 3rd now.
Oh, that's too bad.
I think it's pushed back like 3 weeks, which is understandable in the environment now.
Yeah.
So, it's fine with that. Where was the other one? I was gonna. Oh yeah, yeah. I was going to talk about. There he is. Schwarzenegger arrives to Predator hunting grounds.
I've seen this, boy. I've seen this. His actual likeness and
And his voice. It's his
his
voice
voice
acting.
as well. Yeah,
Yes,
it's really
yeah.
him doing it.
So the only bit of this, like, I've, the game looks okay. So it does. It just looks okay. But
I haven't.
the
Yeah,
thing,
I haven't checked it out.
the thing that I'm interested the most about, right, and this
Mm,
whole thing, like with the DLC, we'll see Arnie revive his character as Dutch, uh, from the original 1987 Predator film.
yeah, yeah,
You get Arnie's gun in that film, which was Hammerhead, wasn't
yeah. I think so. Yeah.
it? Yeah, yeah. And you get his knife, right? Now these will be available. They're basically early release items, but they will be available to other players for free in the game down the line. But here's the thing that I'm really interested in. That I might buy the game and just download this DLC for this. Right? You find out what Dutch has been up to since 1987 until
Get
today.
out of town.
So basically, you pick up these recordings, as you level up.
I hope it's him doing the recordings.
It
I
is.
hope it's
It
not
is.
some other
It's
dude.
already.
Is it
It's
him?
already. It's already. Yeah.
I've been out and about.
Well,
I went to
I,
Target.
I was governor off for a bit.
Yeah, yeah. After I left the jungle, I went straight into politics. California is a beautiful state. That's what I want to hear about. I want to hear about what he was doing with that maid in the bedroom. You know?
So yeah, well, you get to find out like what happened to Dutch like the entire time. I was like,
Oh, that'll be.
hey, I want to
That,
hear that because that's
like that's
canon. Yeah, that's
yeah.
canon
Like,
right there. I
is
want
it?
to know what happened to.
Is it going to be canon in terms of
Yeah,
like I guess the Predator? I guess the Predator movies have kind of
uh-huh.
fallen off the wagon.
And
Like,
he
I think
does.
they've missed
We'll
the
have,
trick
we'll have a
with
photo of
the
him.
films that they haven't done that. You know?
Yeah. Well, it's probably because it doesn't cost that much to get him in.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I'd love to see a film of old Dutch in a cabin somewhere, and then the Predator turns up trying to get revenge on him. You know, for killing his his granddad.
just like Terminator.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. But you know,
just
the Predator.
reuse. If anyone's watching, from whoever owns it, Universal.
Cameron,
Don't know who owns it.
Mr.
Right?
Mr.
Just
Mr. Mr.
just
DC.
get the rights to the last Terminator. There, not many people watched it. It was actually.
Is that what happens?
Yeah.
Hey, actually, I haven't seen the last Terminator, so
He's in a cabin, like in the middle of the woods.
is
So
he?
just get that, and you can just go and you can just redub it. Just get Arnie.
What the Terminator was from like Terminator 2? Oh no, he died, sure.
No, the send him back again. No, the spoilers.
Oh, of course I do.
For the last Terminator film.
Of course I do. It worked so well the first time.
He killed John Connor. He did this time.
It does.
Yeah.
Which version did he kill? That's what I want to know.
Fucking
There's been about 5 different
91st.
versions.
But we'll have an image of Arnie in it, and he's looking good. Like
He does look good. He
Yeah.
looks be cool. Like I'd be like they should have opened with that.
Yeah.
You know, they should have said, "Here, you get to play as Dutch and find out what's been happening to him."
that's all
People
I,
will be a lot more interested in
I care about
the new Predator game.
in Predator.
Oh, no, yeah, I'd
if you
go
just
for that.
like now if you just have all the other characters in it too. You imagine
Yes.
you imagine Blaine coming into it with his fucking big American
Yes.
old painless,
Goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus.
just like me.
I'd say old Jesse was still there. If you went to him, he's still knocking around. You know, Carl Weathers, get the Weathers in there.
Yeah.
I mean, he needs to work.
Get the ball going. Where's Mac these days? Is he still alive?
Is that the no? I was a big Native American dude. Was it?
No.
Have you seen
Mac
the
was
making of?
black guy.
Oh yeah.
Mac was. I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun.
I'd say I wonder if this will be the start of it, and then we'll get all the old gang
I doubt it.
back together.
I have my doubts.
Let's put the band back together. You know,
They
that's what the
should.
kids want to say.
I would. That's what I want to see. Like,
Here, I'd maybe look up. I mean, if I can get Predator, if I can get it on a sale somewhere, I'd be interested in checking this out. You know, if they're doing the free play event. I missed the last one, unfortunately, but yeah, maybe give that a wee go. Be cool. Be interesting.
the other DLC that I had down. Hold on, my thing's messing up. There it is. World War Z. So World War Z launched their Game of the Year edition.
Oh, cool.
Every game seems to get a Game of the Year edition nowadays.
Yeah.
This game just went past me, so it did completely. I had like no idea about it at all, and it was literally it was a game on Game Pass, and I started to play it. I was like, "This is pretty good." So they've got another. Like there's four different places at the moment you can go to. Well, not at the moment now because they have the newer one, Marseille, has got added to it. So that has 3 missions in it, like the rest of them all have 3 missions as well.
Right.
So it's been released for the Xbox One, the PS4, and PC. You can also, like, if you have the game, in fact, if you have Game Pass right now, you can just buy the DLC. But the DLC, I think it's like £13 or something. The DLC.
Oh, that's not too bad. That's pretty reasonable price, is it? Or is it not great for 3?
You could complete it in a day, so you could. Like,
right, okay. Maybe not so good then.
Yeah, the 3 missions you complete in a day. So like it's a very playable game, and don't be wrong, you could play it again and again. Like we're playing it through on normal, and we're just getting through it. So we are.
Okay, cool.
So, if you went to the hardest setting, like you would have to be really, really shit hot, like, and know where everything's coming from at all the stages. And the thing is that like items change, like every time that you play it.
Yeah,
it as well. So you could be lifting up different things every time. So it's good though.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll check it out. I think I've got it downloaded. I think I played like a little bit with the AI dudes in it on like easy, just to see what it was like. You know what I mean? They seemed a bit kind of. They seemed right. The AI dudes didn't give me too much Jeff anyway. But we'll have to get on.
We tried it with 4 of us. I think we did with 4 of us. So I'll probably put that video up just to show you all, what it is like with 4 players when we're all defending in a mall, like together.
Oh, nice. Class! Did you do a mall like the old?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a mall.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I'm interested.
So we had. I have some Cyberpunk 2077 news for you, if you like it.
Okay, give it to me.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I want it, but
Cyberpunk 2077 has taken Cyberpunk has taken the next step in customization. Players can select a gender and customize their character. Customization can include depictions of breasts, buttocks, and genitalia. All your favorite things.
Fantastic. I can get all 3 in one. Is that what you're telling me?
As well as various sizes and combinations of genitals.
Combinations? Are you trying to replace the boobs with willies? Is that what you're telling me?
I think you could have like a knob here and a breast here.
Wow, that's the dream.
That's all you want.
Listen, welcome to the 21st century, my friend. Oh, 23rd. What just said?
This is.
I want to give him 2 willies and no bum.
This has come from the ESRB publishing its ratings report, which also mentions in-game purchases. So
right, okay. Thank God for that.
I don't know if
it's usually a deciding factor of why.
Now I don't know if that means that if you want like cosmetics, you can buy in game and all that there. So if you want like an extra large knob, you might have to buy that.
Separately as a DLC pack. That's a DLC bonus item.
Yeah, it could
Otherwise, you run around with a 2-inch one day.
If you want to be circumcised, I think that's $2.99.
That's the Jewish or Muslim edition, I believe.
So yeah, we'll have that.
Nice. That's something to look forward to. Anyway, I'm glad to see that they're still keeping up with the news. You know what I mean? People are still trying to get their cyberpunk fixes of new news information.
Oh yeah, the
Keanu Reeves wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
I don't know if you played. Did you play Conan Exiles?
No, I always wanted to play it.
So if you go, yeah, it is it's crack. But if you go on like the public servers, you have the option to have your Jim Fandango out, or you can adjust the old breasticles if you wish, Which is quite funny if you die, because then you're like you lose all your stuff, so you just run around with your wee lad out. Which I always thought would be a bit like he's run through the brush. Like I don't know, it doesn't seem very hygienic to me. Oh, not again!
Nettles.
Then, yeah,
Oh.
I was trying to get some hardwood. I bet you were, sir. I'm sure you were. It's weird that they've included that in a first-person game, though.
Yeah.
Which it's like, why would you need to put adjust boob size in a game where you can't really see yourself?
Well,
unless it's going to be like, and they've also said you're not going to see too many cutscenes. So
look at Skyrim, and all the Elder Scrolls ones.
But Skyrim, you can go, you can go third person.
I know you can, but who plays it third person?
Oh, I always play third person. I like the jank. Yeah. Do you ever see when they run, especially when you're holding their bow? You like, what are you doing, bro? What's wrong with you? I'm always switching between the two. I like games when they can switch. I wish they were kind of. I almost wish they were doing like a Witcher. I know there were a lot of people giving off. Remember when it first was announced it was all going to be first person, and people were like, "Oh, I'm not playing it. I thought it was going to be like The Witcher," And I'm like, "Yeah, but like it doesn't have to be exactly like The Witcher. It could be a completely new game." So, I'm very very much looking forward to it. I wonder how they're going to integrate bum size into it as well. Specifically, bum size seems to be more of a prevailing question. A lot of games you can change the boobs and the willies, as we've just pointed out, but the bum that's a new
the bum is a new
area.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can have some big booties on it. So you can.
Oh, very good, yeah. Cyberpunk. It looks fantastic though. It does look great. Like I can't wait for this. But I know some people have been a bit. I think I almost feel like they've announced it too early. Like a lot of this stuff. Mm-hmm. I kind of wish, like the way they did the 40-minute reveal. Remember when they did this?
Yes.
Like if that was coming out this year, if they were like, here's a 40-minute reveal, the game's out in 3 months' time, people would lose their shit. I think there'd be a lot more. Not that hype is dissipated, but it's you know what I mean. It's,
yeah.
So
well, like that announcement though, like wasn't an announcement from that was just like the that was
so they say. So they say.
Yeah.
I've met some Polish people in my time. They can be sneaky when it comes to sneaking on the old boob size. I'll creep up on you.
What was I going to say there? Oh yeah, in fact that was a game I played this month. Did you play Streets of Rage 4 when it came out?
How do we bash on it? Yeah. How was it? What do you think?
I really liked it. Like though I love those like scroll and beating up games.
Yeah.
You always have like from the old arcades, like the Turtles and Streets of Rage obviously, and Final Fight and Simpsons Arcade and X-Men.
Yeah, X-Men. Yeah, I remember the X-Men. You used to play that one flat out to the mat. It was class. Yeah,
it's great.
It was good. Yeah.
But another one, which was great when it came out, and I don't know if you remember, like it coming out when Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the film came out. Do you remember the game came out of that?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
And it was a side-scrolling sort of pixel art game, and
it was great.
I really enjoyed it, and it was hard. So it was as
well. Yeah, it was really hard. Really was like kind of underrated. Like,
yeah, it was.
Never really had people talking about it, but it was very good.
I remembered about it after playing Streets of Rage. And going, oh man, I wonder if you download that again. Is it backwards compatible? And couldn't find that at all. I was like, fuck, it's a bit shit. I couldn't get that. And then I looked it up online. So the game apparently got delisted back in 2014. So
right.
I think it was.
Why was that? Do you think?
I think it was licensing issues because it went off PlayStation Store and Xbox Live on the same date on December 30th. So I think it was licensing things. But here's the thing, though. During last month there, the Academy held a rewatch of Edgar Wright's Scott Pilgrim versus the World. They had it on like everyone else. Everyone else was like watching along, and Edgar Wright was like tweeting, live tweeting with it, and Brian Lee O'Malley,
cool.
creator of Scott Pilgrim, was watching along, and he tweeted. He didn't tag anyone in it, didn't hashtag, didn't do anything, and he just said Ubisoft should bring back the Scott Pilgrim game. Now Ubisoft replied to it, so they must follow or something. For them to know it, and they came back with an emoji of a considering face.
Right.
So they might be looking into bringing this game back, which I definitely play through again.
Oh
So,
man, yeah, totally. So is that the kind of? Do you think he knew and he was sort of? Oh, it'd be good if they brought this back,
who
and then
knows?
Ubisoft were like, maybe as a way of like getting people's attention to see if boys and girls are gonna be like, oh.
Or it could just be someone, whoever's in charge of Ubisoft's, digital online
Went rogue.
media, just like literally has been typing in to search for Ubisoft to see who's mentioning what, and he's came up and he's gone, oh, there we go.
Throw the cat amongst the pigeons.
Maybe this will get some likes.
It seems weird that they haven't though, like that you can't readily get it,
It must be like a licensing thing, to do with whoever owns the comic and whoever owns the game and whoever Universal own the film.
Yeah.
So it must be all to do with that.
Because it looked. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember in years, obviously, but it used the art style from the comic, pretty much, like quite.
Yeah. The look like those characters a bit, except
pretty sure, like the comic's great as well. Like
yeah,
mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really good. Like if anybody out there hasn't read it,
mm-hmm.
for the 2 viewers we have, but if you have, it's worth definitely worth checking out. The film's still good though. I haven't seen the film in a while. Like
the film's really good. I really like it too.
Yeah, it's great.
I think it was really underrated.
Totally. Yeah, Edgar Wright's brilliant.
Last bit of news I have before we get on to releases coming out is a lawsuit. Who doesn't want to end on a lawsuit? Manchester United,
which is what we'll be getting after this.
Yes, Manchester United Football Club have sued Sega.
As you do.
Yeah, the football club have sued Football Manager creator Sega and Sports Interactive for allegedly infringing on the use of its trademark club name. They also have claimed that SI Games infringed their trademark by not using the actual Manchester United logo, by instead using a simpler red and white badge logo, which, according to Manchester United's representatives, deprives the registered proprietor of its rights to have the club crest licensed. So the the Football Manager developers have not backed down at all, saying that they've used the team's name in their games since 1992, when Football Manager is known as Championship Manager. Now, the thing with this here is that it could go down a route that Juventus Football Club have already gone down.
Right.
Because in the latest Football Manager game, Juventus are called Zebra.
Why Zebra specifically? So, what's the connection to Juventus?
Juventus signed an exclusivity deal with Konami, which means that their club name and badge can only be used in Pro Evolution Soccer. So
right.
FIFA and Football Manager and other football games can't use the name Juventus. So they named them Zebra in Football Manager because Juventus's kit is black and white stripes.
All right, yeah, of course. Okay. Yeah. I'm not a massive football alien to me,
No, but, exactly.
So, like, because it's weird, because like in Pro Evo though, did they not have access to a lot of like licensed players? So you got like kind of like knockoff player looking dudes.
Back in the old ones, I don't even know if it's still like that now because I haven't played a Pro Evo.
Yeah. And you're like, hey, that guy kind of looks like that dude, but not really.
It was also like, I remember you had to go along and like delete all the names and write in the real names. So you did, so you actually knew who everyone was. I remember doing that many years ago.
Dennis Mermamp.
But Dennis Mermamp. Basically, it could end up the exact same way. So when Football Manager 2021 comes out, if it's coming out, I'm guessing it's going to come out, it could end up that Man United will get called Red Devils or Devils or
Red United. Red
Manchester. Or Mank Red. Something. I don't know.
Manchester Massive. Could they call them just United? Would that be allowed?
Well, there's a hell of a lot of, Uniteds. Like there's Newcastle United, Leeds United.
Oh yeah, so there is, yeah.
Yeah. Sheffield United. Yeah, there's loads of them. So
Manchester Divided. I'm just throwing out there. I mean, I don't know how that would go down with the folks. But are they even as big anymore, Manchester United? Have they fallen from grace since Ferguson is?
They're a big club, like, but they're nowhere near as good as they were.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh, controversial.
Tough time being a Man United fan.
Do you think this will have a big impact on the on that series? Like, do you think other teams could follow suit?
Exactly. I think it could potentially see if this pans out that Man United win. Say I don't think they will, to be honest. But if they do win, you could see every single Premier League team, then putting forward, for it.
Oh yeah, the domino effect kind of. They're just like
exactly. And it could really hurt like all the games. So it could then
flip. That'd be sort of bad. I mean, it's kind of a question of should these things be open, I guess. I don't know. Like, should they just be allowed to use their likeness, but then that gets in a whole other world of.
I'll say the thing is that it all starts with trademarks, and they were allowed to trademark their name, so it's theirs.
Trademark law is a dark and sketchy world that I am not well versed in, but it does seem to be a bit like. Yeah, I don't know, because I've often wondered this, like, but then because if games companies are obviously earning money from this, are they then is it incumbent on them to give these football teams and stuff money, and then do the players receive that money as well, or is it just because you come under the FIFA kind of conglomerate, if you know what I mean? Like,
that all gets into players
are they independent
and stuff.
Yeah. It seems like a messy, sketchy world, Mm-hmm. But I wonder if Madden has this problem, do they? Madden Sweet, aren't they?
Madden are sweet because Madden have full license. That'll go to hell.
Cool.
American sports just work way differently than the rest of the world's sports. Hence
work differently. How?
They work really differently licensing wise. Like it's the same with like college football and stuff over there. So college football, like I think there's still a game you run for college, like football. None of those college players get anything.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That seems, especially if they're in college.
Uh-huh.
You think maybe give them a tenner or something? A free sandwich?
Nothing at all.
Bottle of water?
No.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. They get Ned Flanders in the showers, that's what they're getting.
They get some Gatorade at the end of a game.
Yeah. And brain damage, pop that, you're sweet. Like,
you're absolutely grand.
That's crazy.
That wraps up news.
Cool. Have you done
stuff that happened too, but I'm just gonna breeze over the rest of the time.
I'm getting pretty sweaty. In this attic as well. I've been this wee sweatbox up there,
What we do have though is we'll talk about the new game releases. I believe you got them in front of you there too, don't you?
The what? Sorry,
you got them there in front of you as well, did you?
Oh yeah. So I do.
Do you want to run through them?
Yeah, I could fly through these. Let's see, it's going on here. So, I guess coming out on all consoles, is it? Well, apart from Switch, I guess, is the Elder Scrolls Online Greymoor.
Yep.
Which I'm sort of interested in, but like I've never really been. It's the combat in ESO I don't really like too much. It misses that kind of Skyrim sort of feel, and I heard Greymoor hasn't really updated that too much. It's more like just a big massive map.
Yeah, it's classic.
But I am interested in seeing Skyrim. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it depends how much of that you're kind of into. Do you play much ESO, do you?
I did when it first came out. I played it a good bit, but I just didn't have the time.
Yeah, exactly. That's my main problem as well.
With our line of work when we work.
As Hitman.
It takes up our hours a day or for free time are very short. And to try to fit an MMO, and if I was playing an MMO again, I'd probably be on Warcraft.
Yeah, no, cool. I never played Warcraft either. Just because I've never had a PC that was decent when I was growing up, But I've dabbled in it, ESO, but like they say, it is just like a lot of these things. It is a full time job almost. Of having to do stuff. It's like that's cool and all, but like I just don't have that time. The older you get, kiddos, you lose your time. Don't you worry about that. Next one here is SpongeBob SquarePants, which looks cool. It looks kind of interesting. I don't know if you've seen the comparison video to what it actually used to look like and what it looks like now. It does look pretty cool. The only other big one, basically on the PS4 or the Xbox, is The Last of Us Part 2, which I know some people are maybe not as excited for anymore due to various things. Did you
Yeah,
play? Did you ever play the first one?
no, I still haven't. I've got it. I've
Ah,
got it sitting
okay.
there. I've still got it sitting
Ah,
there. So I might play through on it and maybe record it.
yeah, it's
Go
quite
with
good.
it.
It's good.
Basically
Like the story's quite
my
good.
PS4, like I've used for Spider-Man and VR games.
I can't argue with that. It's not a bad reason. Spider Man is great.
Yeah.
As some of the VR games they have on that, like as a as a budget alternative to having a PC.
Mm-hmm.
This thing like
Oh, definitely, yeah.
yeah,
Like
I mean like
VR games
PC
these
gaming is
days are way
great,
better.
but oh yeah, of course, yeah, but it is very expensive.
Yeah.
So if that is the only it's the only
Also,
kind of
if
gatekeep to it, you know.
if you're gonna spend that much money, like on VR for your PC and everything out there, you're going like
Yeah,
this is my gaming space here, which I consider quite big,
yeah,
and I think you'd still need a bigger area than this. You would get the full use of VR.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially
I'd have to definitely lose the sofa.
because that new Half Life, I don't know if you've seen any gameplay of that, but that looks
Aye.
it looked pretty top dollar, you know, pretty
Yeah,
top dollar. But yeah, Last of Us Part 2 is coming out, so I knew I've heard Corey Balrog, who did God of War, which you should maybe check out if you've got PlayStation 4. It's very good.
I've
I
got
liked
it to
it.
play as well. Yep.
Oh man, yeah, I'd give it a go. The story's
Mhm.
class. Like it's almost like an indie movie, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. In
Mhm.
terms of the story, it's not this big like. I don't know if you played you play the old God of Wars, did you?
No.
Oh right, okay. See, I played the old one, so maybe
No,
that's
like I
why it
know
had more of an impact of it.
I've seen videos about them, and I've watched
Yeah.
boss fights and stuff. So like
Oh, cool. Yeah.
like
You get the
it's
idea.
the same with this God of War. Like I've heard some really good stuff about it. And I've seen videos and all about it too. And it does
Yeah.
seem like something like I would love to play.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's especially as you're an angry, baited man. You know, you could definitely role play as yourself there. If only you had a child. He was good with archery.
Give me a boy.
Boy. But yeah, no, it's very good. So, have you heard anything about the Last of Us Part 2 leaks? Just wanted to get your hot take on it.
I avoided them.
Okay,
I
cool.
completely avoided them. Yeah.
I tried to avoid them, and then I read one line on them, and I was like, what? And then I just had to look them up, and yeah, I'm not as enthused now. I'm waiting for a sale. I'm going to see how reviews go
Mm-hmm.
and see what they. But yeah, Corey Balrog, sorry, who made God of War, he recently tweeted out and said how good it is, which makes me think, oh, maybe,
Okay.
like,
Right.
yeah, because God of War is pretty cool. I liked it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So makes you wonder if it's gonna, what we'll say, like say, I'll probably for sale. The Switch though, this month is just like boom, boom, boom. Like, what do you want? Do you want some games? Yeah,
they've got games. Unfortunately, like Clubhouse Games 51.
Have you seen this though? But this looks like if you've only got a Switch, right, and you're at home with maybe you and your lady, or you've got like siblings or whatever, you want to play some games. It could be good, maybe if you like your old school sort of checkers. But of checkers there. The Outer Worlds, do you play the Outer Worlds?
Yeah, played it on the Xbox.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like I really liked it. I thought it was limited, like in bits.
Yeah.
But I think that was just because of funding and lack of personnel.
Yeah. I think that's probably the thing that kind of let them down.
But the thing is though, see for people like us that own multiple consoles. I've already played it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why you'd.
It was also a game on Game Pass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I played it as well. Like I wouldn't be buying it because I got it on Game Pass. And like, why would I buy it on Switch at a lower quality than what I could play on my TV? Since you're not going out in anyway because everybody's in lockdown at the moment. Well,
yeah, exactly.
Hopefully it's going to end soon, but we'll see. So why would you want to play it on the go? But it's weird to me that they haven't done that. Fallout hasn't come to the Switch because obviously they put it on Sky, so they could do it.
They might do it like I don't think they have the personnel for it at the moment because the Fallout team are still working on.
Sorry, I'm just getting ready for my next video. I've got a Patreon on after this, so
But like
Yeah, I don't know.
the
I don't know
next
what's going on with that.
game there, Burnout Paradise remastered. Burnout's a great game.
Yeah, Burnout is a great game. I actually got the EA like pass. I signed up for that because it was like
Oh
20
yeah.
quid. There was like a deal on it. I think it was like 20 quid or something. So I got that for like a year, and it
Hmm.
has it on there. So if you haven't played like any of the Dragon Age games or the old Mass Effect games, even though
Oh,
Mass
try.
Effect Andromeda, the story's not great, but it does look great, but it's definitely worth checking out. So yeah, Burnout is yeah, it's great. It's absolutely fantastic. It's one of the better like arcade games, like racing games,
Hmm.
that kind of forgotten almost. Mr. Driller Drill Land. What is that? What is Mr. Driller Drill Land?
I don't know.
Is it a popular one?
I,
Is it the second in the Mr. Driller series?
it
No,
could
he's in the
be.
Drill Land. It was just him before drilling stuff, but uh, Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 3, which I don't know if you play many JRPGs. Do you? Have you played many? Do you play
Yeah,
much
yeah.
JRPGs? No, do you?
Mhm.
So I've heard a lot of people say the Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel series is quite good. I've heard the story's really good. I heard the first one's a bit slow, and
Mhm.
the only thing that stops me going back to it is that like JRPG games are massive, and this is the third one in the series. So unless you played the other two, I don't know if I'd recommend jumping into this one. I've also
Yeah.
heard you probably shouldn't. So yeah, and then Pokemon Sword and Shield expansion. Do you play
Yeah,
Pokemon yourself? There, have you played
I
the
do.
Sword and Shield?
I love the Pokemon games. I
Yeah,
love I love RPGs. Like, I know that's my favorite genre, but like
yeah.
that for me is more like a casual RPG, which is fantastic that you can just lie back on the sofa and game. I don't have to sit and like go, the fuck, what am I reading here? What
Yeah,
am I?
yeah, yeah. Like
What tactical thing? Like it's just
yeah,
yeah, it's well, yeah. Don't get me wrong. I know there's a whole competitive thing in all the Pokemon, and if you go down
mm,
that route and you love that, then work away. But for me, it's just go and collect your favorite ones and walk about and fight things.
yeah. Oh, nice. That's good. It's good to get a good chill JRPG,
Yeah.
or like even RPG. You know what I mean? The people like just sometimes games can be try to be all intense all the time, but just being
Mhm.
able to chill out and play stuff is quite cool. Like I recently played like Pillars of Eternity 2. I don't know if you played.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like it's good, but it's like you do spend. If you're anything like me, I have had to make decisions on stuff, and I'm like, should I put 1 point into stealth or 1 point into this? It's like you spend ages just deliberating on the menu screen and not actually playing the game. Next thing you know, you spend 2 hours on the menu. It's like trying to figure out what to watch on Netflix. So it is good sometimes just having something that's quite straightforward. Of like, nah, you just catch a Pokemon. Not that I played Pokemon there, not since the old days of Red and Blue, which were
Oh, they were great. So
great
well,
games,
this
absolutely
is the
fantastic.
first one. This is the first time that Pokemon have had your good expansion. I could do any other games. Well, say that they can do it
Yeah,
now because it's on a console, so they can actually
uh,
have that
yeah, it's
there.
cool.
So
Is
it
this the
is.
first one that's on a main? Oh, no, it was on the Nintendo, it was N64. Did they have one as well? But this is the first open world kind of one.
Well, no, it wasn't. It wasn't on the N64. They had like Coliseum, like, so that was
Ah,
just
that's what it was.
at the
Yeah,
badminton thing, but they didn't actually have like a Pokemon RPG game. But Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee were the first ones, and they
yeah.
were remakes of Pokemon Yellow. So they were
Oh,
those
okay,
two,
cool, nice.
which were okay. They changed the whole capture system in it, and they changed the whole thing in it, which I didn't really like.
Ah,
I like it better, to the old style, which is what this one's like here.
yeah.
But
Because
yeah,
I heard this game got
expansion
a
on
bit
it.
of shit though when it came out because they didn't have all the Pokemon. Is that right? And then people were
Well,
kind of
yeah,
worried about DLC. Is that still a thing or?
everyone wants every single Pokemon from every single game in this game,
Yeah,
and I just don't really care about that. It's a different if
Scotty, how can you say this?
it's
What
a
are you
different
saying?
it's a different
You don't
region.
care about the Pokemon?
Yeah, it's a different region. I don't get why every single Pokemon from every single region has to be in the game.
Yeah, I mean, like realistically, because you've now played it as well. Like in terms of catching them all, like is
Mhm.
that just incredibly grindy anyway?
That's always
Like
been
would you
grinding.
have to? Is it a case of like you would need a lot of time investment anyway to catch all these
Yeah,
Pokemon, so to speak?
it's slightly easier in this one
Mm.
because there's a big this open field area, and you can capture loads of Pokemon there. So you can. So it is slightly easier to catch them all in this one, but yeah, still the exact same thing.
Oh, cool, man. Cool.
It is. Well,
I don't think I'll be checking them out myself, but
no, I'll play it.
you let me know. You let me know how it goes.
That is all the games.
Yeah. Which is a bit sad because I'm like, well, anyway, we should probably wrap up then, do we, Scotty? Or is that,
yeah. No, that's us for today.
Cool. Thanks very much for having me, mate. It was good to have a chat about game stuff.
Games and stuff. Yeah, so we'll try to do this at the end of every month. Next month we'll come with all the June stuff.
Yeah. So, we'll maybe try and do like a live show or a record show of the maybe PlayStation reveals, maybe, and
like in between.
Do some more Let's Plays.
There's loads of stuff actually this month in there, and then so we'll try to do some other stuff like in between there. We will have more videos coming up like on the channel, so we'll as well. I'm currently editing the golf with your friends video.
Oh, cool. With my friends. Bastards didn't invite me.
Your friends. But like I think it was 6 of us played in the end.
Cool.
So it was like it was an alright game. it's very
go back.
It's very basic. Like
Golf-tastic.
To be honest, I'll probably keep it. So because it's a small game, and you go on to it for the crack. So you could. I'd never play it alone or anything. You play it just with a few people. But there's some different modes on it and all. Make it a bit more interesting.
Cool. I know JJ's been big into the old. Is it PGA?
Yeah, he really has. Yeah.
Old Man River over there with his PGA golf.
Uh-huh.
Who would have thunk it? But nice. I'll maybe jump on with you at some point to hit some balls.
There's also what came on Game Pass there that I downloaded. There's a fishing one came on Game Pass. I've downloaded that. So I might go on to that and just see what it's like.
Yeah, there's that hunting game. I've been thinking, maybe that hunting game might be kind of interesting.
Is it on Game Pass?
Yeah, like the hunt. What's it called? It's like the wilderness one. You're like a hunter and you get different type of fleece and shit. But apparently they're doing there's a sequel I think coming out, or they've just announced a sequel. There was some stuff up from that as well. So you get caught up on doing the first bit of hunting before the second bit of hunting.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll be checking out new games like this for a month and putting up new videos. I hope you'll watch along. That's it. See you later.
See you later.
Transition wipe.
Oh!
What the hell's up? What the hell's up? You have no idea.